Here's how you know like Jews are still where they are. Talking to people, what I say is, have you ever seen a Harry Potter movie? And people are all like, I love the Harry Potter movies. Like, you ever see the scenes in Gringotts Bank? And they're like, I love the scenes in Gringotts Bank. He's like, do you know what those folks that run the bank are? And they're like, what? And they're like, Jews.
And then that person says, no, goblins. And then you go,
you're like,
do you hear yourself?
Let me show you this from, it's the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. I just want to show you a caricature. And they're like, oh, look at that. That's from Harry Potter. And you're like, no, that's a caricature of a Jew from an anti-Semitic piece of literature. J.K. Rowling was like, can we get these guys to run our bank? And you're like,
and that's the bulk of the commentary there. Jon Stewart making the accusation, for the most part, that Harry Potter, because they have people who look similar to Jewish caricatures from anti-Semitic writings of the past, running a bank in Harry Potter, that she is anti-Semitic.
Mm-hmm. No, it's like people saying J.R.R. Tolkien is racist and that orcs are black people.
Yeah.
It's the same type of argument. It's like, why are you looking at an orc and comparing it to a black person?
Yeah, huh? Why do you associate people who run banks with Jewish people, Jon Stewart?
Yeah. It's like, like I wouldn't look at you and think you're an orc.
Thank you, Will. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, listen, it's the least I can do. Taylor, on the other hand, sounds like orc mischief to me.
He looks pretty orcish.
Yeah, looks kind of orcish. But it's like you're the racist one for assuming that this is what it is because of how it looks like.
Yeah, and I think what it plays down to, and I before I get into the commentary on this, let's read this response from the Campaign Against Anti-Semitism. They put out a statement on this subject matter in particular. It says here, the portrayal of goblins in the Harry Potter series is of a piece with their portrayal in Western literature as a whole. It is the product of centuries of association of Jews with grotesque and malevolent creatures in folklore, as well as money and finance. The mythological associations have become so ingrained in the Western mind that their provenance no longer registers with creators or consumers. Those who continue to use such representations are often not thinking of Jews at all, but simply of how readers or viewers will imagine goblins to look, which is a testament more to centuries of Christendom's anti-Semitism than it is to malice by contemporary artists. So it is with J.K. Rowling, who has proven herself over recent years to be a tireless defender of the Jewish community in its fight against anti-Semitism, for which we are immensely grateful. So that's the statement that they put out. They are siding with J.K. Rowling on this, saying that she's not anti-Semitic in any way, shape, or form. And what this points to, again, I think, is a disconnect from what people see to what intent is. And we saw this when we talked about Dave Chappelle and his comedy special, The Closer. He made a statement about men being men, women being women, talking about the transgender community, making jokes at their expense as well as his own expense and every other community or marginalized community you can think of at their expense as well. And then gave this, gushing love note to the transgender community about the fact that they're going through a human experience and being compassionate with them. But because he made the one statement that the gender is a binary thing, you throw everything out, he's a transphobe. Because she has portrayed these bankers in the movie as looking like a Jewish caricature of some sort, she's an anti-Semite.
Right. It doesn't take much research to know that her intent was not that.
Right.
Right? And also, it's the people who made the movie, not necessarily J.K. Rowling,
sure.
Right? Unless
sure.
I don't know.
Unless she describes it.
Yeah.
In the book. I don't know.
I don't read those silly books. But
me neither.
But if people really think that she is this anti-Semitic person, sure, you can think that, but it's so easy to just look at the intent. You're exactly right.
Yep.
Like, do you really think that she made these people because she wants people to go into Gringotts Bank and go hate Jews?
Yeah, right.
Of course not. You're being ridiculous. Of course, people don't hate Jews. No little kid watches that movie and said, "Look at those Jews in this bank." Right. They said, "Look at those goblins."
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I wonder if she's going to continue to see heat from this. It didn't seem like Jon Stewart was too angry about the association as he was talking about it, but I'm curious to see if this sparks another campaign against J.K. Rowling, because we already know she's been sought after for her comments, again, on gender being binary and talking about the transgender movement, and she's gotten heat from that. Is she going to be also labeled an anti-Semite now?